Welcome to Woodshop 101. This is episode 102 for October 16th, 2017. On today's show, we're going to talk about scrapwood projects and starter tool sets. I'm Jeremy Crawford of the Countryside Workshop, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host Sam Wooddell of Samurai Designs and Drew Short of Rockin' H Woodshop. What's going on, guys?
Hey!
How's everybody?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm doing pretty good. Been busy. Was looking forward to a full day in the shop tomorrow, and I just found out the daycare's closed, so guess I'll have
mine too.
My daughter.
Oh yeah, me too. No shop time. Pumpkin patch. That's where we're going. Pumpkin patch.
So is y'all's elementary schools closed as well?
Yes.
No. See, so my son's got to go to school in the morning. Yeah, my son's got to go to school in the morning, so I got to take him to school and then go back and pick him up after school, and I'll have my daughter all day because the daycare is closed.
Well, that's crazy. Because Northern Virginia, all the schools are closed, even the private schools.
In Texas, schools are closed. Like, I
wish mine was open.
I mean,
Not really. I'm really excited to go to the pumpkin patch.
It doesn't matter one way or the other to me, right? Doesn't matter. But I just think a daycare should be on the same school schedule, right? As the school. They're like, no, we got to have an in-service day. Well, how about you have an in-service day when the school has in-service days?
Exactly. Agreed.
Because not all schools have the same in-service time.
No, but around here, for the daycare will only pick up at the schools that are in the district right around us. So they all have the same in-service days. So
yeah, so they should do that. But we want to thank our awesome patrons, Michael Brindle, Devin, Richter, Sean McHenry, Derik, Ledesma, Carl Mose, and Neil Sims. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you would like to support the show, you can head over to woodshop101podcast.com/listen and find the show notes for today's episode. And there will be links for small one-time donations and reoccurring donations. If you want to become a patron to our Patreon campaign, then head over to patreon.com/woodshop101. You can buy a Woodshop 101 podcast t-shirt or some really awesome Rev marker packs. Head over to countrysideworkshop.com/shop for the link. So you should definitely go check them out. For sure.
By the time this is coming out, they might actually be able to pick up hoodies. I got a price on 2 different hoodies. One's really high, so I'm not sure we'll probably go with that route. They say it's a more premium hoodie, but our cost would be $33. And there's another hoodie that I like, a Gildan hoodie, and I got several of them. They're super comfortable, super warm. And they come in a lot of colors. So we'll be, I'll send you guys that link, and we'll be picking out a color. That way we can get those up. And hopefully by the 16th, by the time they're listening to this, they will actually be up for sale. So
nice. I will be getting a bunch for sure.
Yeah. So what's going on in y'all's shop?
I'll go first this time. So right now in my shop, I am building a table with these big chunky legs. The legs are in the shape of an X. So we had to do 1.5-inch lap joints, which was pretty cool. And then we're also working on a oak desk with some pipe legs and a huge sideboard hutch. So we have a lot going on. And I built an easel today, and I also just have some floating shelves coming up as well. So there'll be a lot coming up.
Nice. What? I was following you on Instagram. What are the legs made out of for that table?
They are made out of 4x4s, but we rip them down so that they're not so icky on the outside.
Just pine or?
Yeah, just whatever. I think ours are, it looks like pine. So yeah, we just rip them down. We join it on one side, and so we get 2 sides that are square, and then we rip it. So then we ripped it, and then we put them through the planer, which takes forever, and it always puts me to sleep. And then they came out nice and perfect.
Nice.
At least I thought they turned out perfect.
A planer that puts you to sleep.
Yeah, seriously. It's really loud, but I'm like, this is so boring. Like, so boring. This is like the most boring process ever. So that and putting it through the drum sander, boring.
Oh, yeah, drum sander is boring because it's very finesse work, and at least the planer you can take, big passes out. But
yes, and well, Grandpa doesn't like to take huge passes, so that's why it probably puts me to sleep. So.
Well, I can understand because he didn't want to dull his knives too fast, but
yeah.
Do y'all have straight knives, or do y'all have helical head in that? Do you have little carbide cutters in it, or do you have?
No, I don't. Actually, I don't know. I know we're changing out our joiner to the little tiny.
So that'd be the helical head with the little carbide cutters on it.
Yes, we're changing that out. So just for everyone that doesn't know this about me, all of the tools are my grandpa's. I haven't had to change anything from them. I just kind of went down. I haven't had to do any work on them, but some stuff has come up where we had to do work on, and now he makes me do it so that I can learn.
Good.
So one day we're going to go through the shop, and when we don't have a project, and he's going to teach me everything, how to change everything. I know how to change this stuff on small machines, but I can't change the big machines just yet. I can change the blade on a table saw.
Yeah. Well, when y'all change out the helical head on that joiner and go to straight knives, Mark Spagnolo over at the Wood Whisperer did a very in-depth video on changing.
My grandpa has it.
So.
Yep, my grandpa has it, and it was on YouTube, right?
Yeah. You get it from YouTube or his website.
Yes.
But yeah, if y'all don't have the helical head in your planer, you definitely need to do it. I have it in mine, and I threw bird's eye maple through there a week ago and had no tear out on it whatsoever. So it was nice.
Maybe it is in our planer, but it's definitely not in our joiner, because our joiner has a nick in it right now.
Yeah.
And it would be awesome if we could have just taken that one tiny little blade and turned it onto its other side.
Yep.
But we'll eventually get it when we don't have a project where we need the joiner.
Don't you love those little nicks?
I know.
Nice little stripes on your wood.
I know, but then we take that thing and get it out. That looks like a credit card. Yeah.
Card scraper. There we go. I think that looks. The things that looks like a credit card.
I like our descriptions of little things.
Looks like a credit card.
Yes.
Yes, that would be called a card scraper.
Yep. Well, what are you guys doing?
Drew, you got something going on?
I've got a lot of shop cleanup that I'm doing. If y'all saw my last picture on Instagram, the shop is a mess because of the aftermath of my wood floor install. So everything that was in the house just got thrown into the shop, basically. So it looks like an episode of Hoarders out there. It's just little paths going, which way that you got to step over a few things here and there. But I'm trying to do some winter prep outside with my wife today, and also working on some plans for future commission work. So I've got to present a contract or invoice, quote, whatever you want to call it, and get an approval for a price and get started on a few things. I made that little 3D puzzle letter for a wedding that my brother went to this weekend.
Which was awesome.
And then I got 3 more orders for those letters from somebody else that saw it on Facebook. So
nice. That's exciting.
Yeah. I got to employ the help of my CNC, though, to make that faster. Cutting out those letters with a scroll saw that takes a while. So
do you
use the CNC to cut it out.
Do you have a bit thin enough to go through? What are those? Are those only 3/4 inch, or are those 1.5 inch?
They're 6/4. So I'm just going to cut out the letter with the CNC, but the actual puzzles I can cut out with the scroll saw. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's fun. And you put them back together. That's so fun.
Yeah, that's the fun part, is figuring out how those pieces went back together when you get them cut out.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good mixed medium, being able to use the CNC for, a lot of people use that for finish work, and you're using it just to rough out that letter. so you can go through and actually do the finish work to the letter by breaking it down into the puzzle pieces. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can use it to cut one out while I'm working on another, so it'll be a time saver.
Yeah. Well, I've been working on cutting boards. I mean, we're talking about, I think I have 5. And I kind of am at a standstill with them because I was all roughing them out. They're just, none of them are just rectangle. They're all, I think 3 of them are paddle cutting boards. One's in the shape of Texas. One's just kind of more of a rectangle, but all 4 sides have some curves to them. And I got my Texas one done, and I got the rectangle with the curves on it done. But my bandsaw blade burned up, and it's just dull. All it's doing is building up with pitch. It's not cutting. And so I ordered a new bandsaw blade from Carter Tools. Alex, I talked to Alex Snodgrass. He kind of walked me through it and helped me pick out the blade. So I ordered it. It was a custom made blade, so they custom made it. They called me on Friday and were like, "Hey, we're having a problem processing your credit card, and we're trying to ship out your blade today." And I'm just like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" My card Thursday night to my business account got compromised, and so I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Well, I guess when they get me a new car next week, I'll have to call and pay for it." So that's like setting me back. I was hoping to get some work done on it first part of the week. I'm like, well, I guess that's not going to happen. So I kind of changed gears there, and I've been working on the benches. And my wife, I have to say, has been pretty tolerant because they're in the living room on the floor, and I've been finishing them in the house. So it's all water-based finish, so it doesn't have an odor. But I've had no.
Do you have a rug in there? Do you have a rug in there?
I got a drop cloth.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I spill all the time.
Yeah, now I got a drop cloth. I'm smarter than that.
Did you guys see my video I posted today of me smelling the glue?
Oh, you saying
No.
yes? Oh yeah, you got to go look at it.
I tagged you guys.
Yeah,
I
she
was
said,
like, it smells so good.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this glue smells so good. I'm killing more brain cells.
I thought of you guys and I did it.
So I have a lot going on. In fact, I actually have a couple clocks that I got up on the shop. Feels like my list of things is just growing that I need to have done by Christmas. And if some of you don't know, I will actually be out of town for 2 weeks. I'll be in Virginia from...
Where?
I'll be in Williamsburg from November 4th through the 17th. So
I leave on November 17th.
where you go?
California.
Oh.
Yeah, you look like a Cali girl.
No. Nope.
But so that 2 weeks is like taking a lot of like time out. I'm telling you, I probably have 50 projects that need to be done by Christmas, and a lot of them are small batched out pieces. So they shouldn't take me long to batch out a bunch of them, but it's getting the time to do it. Especially when like you don't expect blades to just dissipate on you, and you're SOL trying to get them.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I mean, there's other options. I could have used the jigsaw, stuff like that, but I mean, it's to cut through 6/4 hardwood is on a jigsaw blade is just asinine. I would be beating myself up.
Yeah,
Try
that was
doing it on a
really
scroll saw.
frustrating.
Yeah. Well, yeah, going through like Jatoba and stuff that's just like extremely hard. I'm just going to burn up more blades than, I'll probably go through 2 blades per cutting board on going through that Jatoba. So
Yeah. Ugh. Not good.
Yeah, try doing it through 6/4 oak on a scroll saw. The scroll saw that'll
Ugh.
burn up some blades.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that sounds like it's gonna. I got to change my like little bit for the domino today, and there was so much pitch in there, and I had to clean it all off. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to clean like so much stuff, and that's like my favorite thing to do, clean all the pitch off. So I'll come and help you clean and sharpen your blades.
Okay, come on. I'm pretty sure you were like 30 minutes away from me last year and didn't even come. So
it's all right. She was enjoying the beach way too much.
Yeah. So
I know.
So if she comes this year, do I really think she's going to come sharpen my blades?
I'm going to be there for Haven. So.
Well, come for Haven. I don't know. The Haven's, from what I hear, may or may not be what it was the last few years. So.
That's okay. I'm still going to go because it's in Charleston, and Charleston is my fave. Is anyone you know going to the bench con?
The workbench con?
Yeah.
I've been trying to play with it about going.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really remember what weekend it is, but I'm going to be out of town over President's Day weekend.
So am I.
I'm going to be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
You could have been in the same spot.
Where are you going? You're coming here?
No, I'm not going there. We're going to the Bahamas.
Oh, there you go.
She's very animated.
Yeah.
California!
I've actually never been to California ever in my whole life, so it'll be really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're going up with some friends. We're just gonna spend like 5 days up there,
That'll be fun.
hanging out in the mountains. But so I've been thinking about going to Workbench Con, and when I started thinking about it, I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna go. And I was like, wait, I'd never checked on exactly what weekend it was, because I'm gonna be out of town that weekend.
It's probably that weekend.
And if it's not, if it's the weekend,
the 22nd to the 24th.
So that's the next weekend.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm gone the 15th through the 19th to turn around and leave
again.
Yeah, for like
it's gonna be tight.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we leave the 15th and we come back like the 20th. So I'll be tight. And it's actually a Thursday to a Saturday.
Yeah, I will be out.
Too tight.
It is, but I'm off work that week, or off. I don't have a class that week, so I can take some vacation that week. Man, it's tempting, but it's like $300 a ticket or $279 or something,
yeah.
Plus hotel stay after I was just gone for 5 days. So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I could swing it, but I'm not sure that it's probably in the best interest. I got a bunch of other stuff that's got to get done. So
right.
We will see. By the time I make up my decision, there won't be any tickets left anyway, so that'll make it for me. So.
All right. Well, we have got several voicemails that we have received. Am I right? How many voicemails did we get total?
4.
What?
4. Yeah, we didn't get 10.
Not even half.
Yeah, we didn't even get 10. we got 4.
I laid down the gauntlet for everybody. For those of you that don't know, if we could have 10 voicemails by, I guess it was this week, so we could have some to play. But 4 is
good.
No slouch there. So
yeah,
we had some kickback and questions from these voicemails. So we're going to kind of make that our topic for tonight.
So.
Let's hear them.
Yeah, we'll play the first one. This one is from Jose Hernandez.
Hello, guys. My name's Sergio Hernandez. I'm from suburbs of Chicago in Illinois. I'm just getting into woodworking, and I'm looking at different hand tools and different tools and stuff like that to start a collection. And I'm looking at these cordless, the battery pack tools. So the Ryobi 1 Plus, the Makita LXT, the Milwaukee M12 series. And I was wondering what you guys thought of those overall in quality, and how you felt if it would be a good system for a beginner woodworker, as you could have various tools with the same batteries, or if you guys had any other thoughts on that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just found you guys just a few days ago, and I probably listened to 20 or 30 of your podcasts by now. So I really appreciate it. It has helped me a lot. I'm taking notes. It's awesome, guys. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Oh, I love voicemails.
Hey,
They're
that
my
was
favorite.
freaking cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Jose, thanks very much for sending that voicemail to us. When it comes to the battery-operated tools, I am a big proponent of battery-operated stuff. I even upgraded all of my yard working tools to battery-operated stuff. And when it comes to the beginning woodworking, I guess it just depends on your budget too. A lot of people don't have the money to buy the yellow tools or the red tools or anything like that. I mean, sometimes you pay for the name, but sometimes you pay for the quality too. I will say that Ryobi has come a long way since their blue line. I wasn't too impressed with their blue line, but their green line has really stepped up. And being able to take that one battery from tool to tool to tool, and even go from woodworking tools to yard tools, I mean, it's getting insane how many times you can use that battery. And the lithium ions are just insane runtime. I haven't had any personal use with the Milwaukee or the Makitas. I have used DeWalt's. I find the NiCad battery system, which is what I had, I don't really recommend buying anything that's NiCad just because the batteries just don't last. Eventually they stop holding charges. So always go with lithium if you're going to get battery-operated tools. Find something that is... you can still get them sometimes, yeah.
Man, I don't think I've seen them in a while, but of course I don't really look for NiCad either, so...
Yeah, I would look for something that's just going to be really versatile. And Ryobi is not only affordable, but it is versatile. But if you want to spring for a little bit more money, I would probably head into either Makita or Milwaukee. DeWalt's, I just think they're really overpriced. If you ask my opinion.
I mean, I'm going to agree with you there, Drew. Like a lot of people are very partial to DeWalt, and I have a DeWalt router, love it. I wouldn't trade that thing in for the world. So I do think their tools are very high quality, but I think, like you said, I mean, the market's pretty much the same, especially when you have the same parent company making 3 different brands, Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to it, the design, the thickness of a handle may change, or the trigger may be a slightly different shape, but for the most part, the motors and everything else are going to be pretty much the same. They're going to have the same components to them, and things have come such a long way that the quality across all of them are pretty comparable. I have some Ryobi stuff. I love the Ryobi stuff, and if you don't want to get into the Ryobi stuff, look at Rigid. Rigid is another one. I love I have Rigid hand drivers, and I won't trade those things in for nothing, purely for the fact that their batteries are lifetime warranty. Anytime they stop holding a charge to maximum capacity, you call them, they send you a new battery, you send them the old battery. I've even had it where they're like, no, you can just keep the old battery. Like it's, all they're going to do is recycle it. And so it's, for that alone on on battery operated tools is awesome, because at some point the battery's going to start failing. I mean, it's just when you charge things up, let them diminish, charge things up, let them diminish. It's just going to happen. So I would definitely look at, for lifetime warranty of the batteries, Rigid. But Ryobi tools, their batteries aren't near the price of what some of your other competitors' batteries are. You're coming up with $140 for a battery for some of the competitors, and you're just like, that's asinine. I can go buy a Ryobi. The Ryobi battery, a 18 volt, one of their lower lines, like $49. Am I right, Drew? Do you know?
Yeah, like their 2 amp hour, I believe.
Yeah, they're 2.
Their 4 amp hour is around
89 or 99, right?
Yeah, but if you get it during like Ryobi days, you can get 2 for the price of one.
I was just gonna say, I just saw 2 for the price of 1 somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, their 4 amp hours are crazy as far as holding charges. Because I stuck it in that 36 volt 10 inch compound miter saw, and it held charges for 4 days.
Yeah.
Using that saw nonstop to install my flooring. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I would say Ryobi has a little bit better selection on tools. Like they have more options for you than what Rigid does. Rigid has their set amount of tools, and they're really good at it, and really awesome tools. But if you're looking for something maybe a little bit different, off the beaten path a little bit, or maybe like you want the quiet strike, like a quiet impact wrench or impact driver, well, Ryobi has that. So that's definitely something worth looking at. I would say Rigid and Ryobi would be my 2 brands I recommend you look at first. So
yeah,
Sam?
I agree.
She has all DeWalt stuff.
Well, I have a lot of DeWalt stuff, but because my grandpa, and that's what he buys. He buys a lot of DeWalt, and we have Bosch, we have Rigid, and then all of our big ticket items are not anything from them. Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're all great. I like that Ryobi that they're all interchangeable, and I have had my eye on the tiny little pocket router. I want that thing so bad, and I walk by it every time I'm at Home Depot, and I just haven't pulled the trigger. But I really would like to have it because I do have a couple of the Ryobi stuff, and I do have like their outdoor weed whacker and blower too, which is awesome that you can take your battery and use it outside, and then you're not having to buy so many different batteries. So I definitely say Ryobi. I think Rigid is also good. We have a lot of Rigid nail guns. So yeah, I think you can't go wrong with Ryobi, Rigid, and then I'm gonna say DeWalt, but it is a little out of the price range.
Well,
but
let's go back to what he said. He said like beginner set, a starter set. So think about the sets. So Ryobi sells a set. DeWalt sells a set.
DeWalt sells a very good set, and when I was a beginner, my grandpa told me to get the DeWalt beginner set, and I only spent $150, and I got like the drill, I got all of the like drill bits, everything you need for a drill, plus I got my battery. So with that being said, I know that there's a 2-pack right now of the lithium ion 18 or 20 volt DeWalt batteries for like $129. So I mean, you can definitely go either way with Ryobi and or DeWalt. So I think the starter pack, going one of those, that's my suggestion.
I mean, from what it sounds like, you can't go wrong with any of them. Whichever one you decide to go to, at least the ones we have experience with, which are Ryobi, DeWalt, and Rigid, you can't go wrong with it, whichever one you pick. You got to look at other like company. You got to look at the small fine details that would set each other apart. Like Rigid has a lifetime warranty on the batteries. That may mean something more to you. Like if you plan on buying a set and holding on to it, that may mean something more to you than saying, oh, it's 20 volt instead of 18 volt, which most of the DeWalt stuff now is becoming 20 volt.
Yes.
I will say that with Ryobi and DeWalt, they do have like the flex volt systems to where you can, they have the interchangeable batteries with like the miter saw. DeWalt does have the battery operated table saw, which is nice. I'm not entirely sure if Rigid's come out with anything like that. I haven't really been in the market to look at it, but that may be something you want to look at as well. Like those interchangeable batteries to those bigger tools is pretty awesome. And you heard Drew say that like he used the miter saw, and it just hands down just keeps the batteries. And
yeah, especially if you are a beginner and you don't want to break the bank just yet, and you're just doing it as a hobby and you just love doing it. I think those battery operated tools are awesome, and especially if you don't have a huge area. So yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of the options.
I think there's one more brand that I failed to mention that I actually used for the longest time after my DeWalt's. I did not had the money to spend on another DeWalt set, so I wanted something that was kind of between the market of DeWalt and beginner, which is Ryobi, and Porter Cable was something like that. And I ended up getting their 18-volt set first, and then I upgraded to their 20-volt set later on, and I was never disappointed with the quality of those either. So
I do know. So I see you use a lot the Porter Cable drill and driver a lot. Do they make a starter set with with the saw, with the circular saw and all that?
Yeah, they had a regular drill, an impact driver, a circular saw, and a reciprocating saw in their 20-volt line. Now the price, don't ask me that because I haven't looked at it in forever, but I do know that they have it, and it also has a flashlight too.
So, all right.
Nice.
Well, I don't think you can definitely go wrong with any ones that you pick. So
yeah,
let us know. Let us know what you decide to buy. I mean, we would definitely like to know what you get. So, all right. Well, we have another voicemail for Sam here. This is from Joe from South Florida, and he actually sent in the voicemail via the voice memo app, and you will just hear the quality, man. The quality. If you're going to send in a voicemail, we're not going to discourage you with the number, but shoot it in over email through the voice memo app because the quality is just outstanding.
This is Joe from South Florida here. I got one important question for you. How quickly can I get those stickers? I'm a big fan of stickers. Just kidding. Real question is, with the holidays coming up, I've got some extra teak banging around here and some old pallet oak. What ideas can you guys come up with for cool gifts that I can use old scrap wood on? Looking for some ideas and appreciate everything. You guys are awesome. Thanks.
I mean,
you're awesome.
Yeah,
you're awesome, Joe.
Of that versus it's so much clearer.
And just to let you guys know that Jeremy does have my stickers. So
he has both our stickers.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't get your stickers.
I sent you my stickers.
I didn't get your stickers.
Well, they were in the mail.
You might want to check again. Go check that little briefcase of yours where you said you left them the last time.
Well, I sent it out with other ones, and all my other ones got them.
Are you sure you sent them out with...
Yes.
You're positive?
100%.
Like, that positive?
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to be really PO'd if you don't have them. See, Happy Mail. I write it on all of mine.
Yeah.
You're freaking her out.
She is. She's
I know.
Like
I was just going to say, yes. Oh my gosh, wait, what?
No, so I have them right here in this stack of stickers. Like, so
Perfect. Well, let's answer Joe's question. And you can make so much stuff out of scraps. Like, it's crazy. I make a ton of little home decor things out of scrap. I guess depending on like how, I don't know, you can make so much stuff. You can make signs. I always like to give gifts with signs with people's personal names on them, last name, something like that. Especially with the pallet wood, that would look really cool. If you want to do like a Christmas theme type gift, last year I gave my whole family little pallet barnwood Christmas trees that they could use during the holidays. You can do that with your pallet. With the teak, you could make something for the kitchen. So I think your possibilities are really endless with what you could do. What else could you do? You can make snowflakes with the pallets.
yeah.
I saw somebody make a chevron pumpkin.
Yes,
out of pallet wood.
I just saw that the other day too. And you can make. I've made a lot of arrows. Some of the bigger things that sell when I have shows, I've made arrows. I've made just the chevrons, which is like a 3-pack. But one thing I did just recently make was like a pot holder for like a succulent or a cactus or like really any kind of plant. And it holds the pot and they're super easy to build. And those sold really fast. And you can make them big, small, really whatever size. And I mean, a lot of people always like plants and you could put a little plant in it.
Those are
so,
the
yeah.
deals that you made. They were like someone like 2 feet long, maybe longer, with like a 2 or 3 inch side on it. Looked like a little tray.
Yes. Yeah. It just had like posts and like 4 posts and then a lap joint. And then you just like put them together and they stand up. You don't have to, just have two.
No, that's not. What did you make that was long and rectangle head and kind of looked like a box without a top on it?
The box. That was a box.
Was
and
it?
we put, actually those are really good presents too, because people love those. They can use them anywhere in their house. You can use them on their tables as centerpieces. And I know this is going to sound funny. You can put them on the back of your toilet, and put something in. I mean, really, the boxes are great and they're really easy to make. And if you end up making anything that I just said, feel free to give me an email or send me a DM and I will totally tell you how I built them and give you some steps if you would like.
That teak, something that you could use that you can make is trivets for the kitchen.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. Everybody has is using pots and pans in their kitchen, right? Some people don't have the luxury of having granite or solid stone that they can put a hot pan down on. Make some trivets, and those are awesome. Those you can make them very, very ornate and intricate, or you can make them very basic, and hand those out. Those are good, like little stocking stuffers, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go as far as say cutting boards, but oak's really not a good wood for cutting board. It's very porous. That teak, I would say, for make like little coasters. I was trying to think of it.
I was just going
make like little coasters, and you can make them look like small cutting boards, or glue. And it's easy, right? So glue up your longer stock together, make it look like a cutting board, and then cross cut. Boom, there you go. You just made your coasters.
And you can put like the initial of whoever their last name on the coaster and or on the trivet. And then that's also personalizing it. And it makes it like that much more special when you're giving it as a gift. So yes.
And if you don't have, like, say, I don't have a wood burner, so how would I do it? There's some other alternatives, right? If you have an inkjet printer, go to the dollar store, go to Walmart, whatever, buy your office labels. It can be any kind of label that you print off on inkjet, and peel off all the labels and run just the thicker, the back wax paper through it, and print it off in reverse image on that, and then you can use that to transfer the image to your wood. It'll because the ink won't soak in to the wax paper, so you'll flip it onto your wood. It'll transfer that image. You can do that, or if you have a laser jet, then you will print it off in a reverse image on a piece of paper, and you'll use mineral spirits, I believe, to soak the paper, and it will transfer the ink off the paper to the wood.
And you can also, I know this is what I use for palettes and making signs. You can probably still use it on teak wood, especially if you just want to put like a little bit of paint on and get a stencil. But graphite paper, I use graphite paper, and I just print out, like if you don't have any of that and you just have a normal printer, you can print out like whatever initial or whatever you want to put on there, and then tape it to a piece of graphite paper, put it on to your piece, and then trace with a pencil. I also have really good like paint pens that stick really well to wood. But if you don't want to do the graphite or any of that, just go to Michael's and get a cute little stencil. Just tape it on and it will work just as good, So those are all options to get that on there.
Well, I would say the last one, kind of down your alley there, Sam. Instead, if you don't want to pick up the graphite paper, you can print that image off onto a piece of paper, and then take a ballpoint pen. Don't take a gel pen, something like that will bleed. Take a ballpoint pen and push really hard and trace it.
Yeah,
and leave that slight indentation everywhere you trace, and then you can paint or stain or whatever you're going to do on the inside of that line. So
yeah, and then I just thought of one more a long time ago, I tried this and it actually really worked. Like you just take like packaging tape and you print whatever you want out and make sure it's not too detailed because you'll end up like cursing at yourself for trying to do it. But just put some duct tape on the piece of paper that you print out. You can maybe 2 layers, and then use your X-Acto knife and cut out. So if you're just doing like letters, it's pretty easy. And then you can use that as a stencil. So
I don't know what kind of. Go ahead, Sam. You have a little
sorry, and don't use a paintbrush with your stencils. Always use like a roller or a dabber or something, or even if you want to do spray paint if you're doing a sign. I use some of the stencils tend to bleed through when you use a brush. I always use the foam brushes if I'm gonna use a brush. So yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Well, I don't know what thicknesses he had of the teak or even the pallet wood, if it was in nice shape that he could laminate it. But if you had something like 6/4 teak, you could take a simple block about probably 5 by 5 or 6 by 6, probably 5 by 5, and just cut you just a square, and then drill 2 holes down the side that can hold some marbles. And then on the top, make you a little Tic Tac Toe board.
Yeah, that would be so cute.
I made one of these. I've got it posted on my Instagram. So if you wanted to check it out, you can do that. I think I did a video on it on YouTube as well. Those are so easy to make, and they make great little stocking stuffers as well.
That's really cool. My grandpa made us Tic Tac Toe, a little Tic Tac Toe board when we were little. And yeah. It was so fun.
It's a good little travel thing too. I mean, yeah. You just take a little router bit and just make you the little divots that the marbles can sit in.
Yeah. Super cute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
thanks for that question, Joe.
Yeah. And definitely shoot us a kickback. Let us know what you ended up making.
And send us some pictures.
Oh, yeah. Definitely send us pictures. If you send us pictures, we'll throw it out on the show notes. Also, Joe, send me your address. I'll shoot you out some stickers since you like them so much. So just shoot that to kickback at woodshop101podcast.com. Our last question here is from Dalton Fowler. It says, "Hey guys, I finally jumped in and picked up a used table saw off of Craigslist to go along with the miter saw I inherited, and I bought a few hand planes to smooth out any mill marks. From lumber I pick up at a local provider by me. I'm thinking I'm going to start with a few hardwood boxes as groomsmen gifts and then branch out from there. I've been watching videos on how to make some shooting boards and table saw sleds recently, and I think I'm going to start here. FY, if you're looking at table saw sleds, go look at Drew's. He did it right. He did it the best, I think." He said, "So my question is, in a past episode, I remember one of your listeners recommending a website to pick up factory blemished measuring tools in squares, but I can't seem to find the link. Can you remind me which episode it was in? I would like to make sure all my cuts are dead on 45 or 90 degrees. Thanks a lot. Keep up the good work." So I already responded to him because this was a while ago, but that is episode 31. Go listen to episode 31. That's where we talked about it, and it is actually Taylor Toolworks on eBay. They actually have a website as well. But if you go to eBay, search username Taylor Toolworks LLC, and it has factory blemish, not just measuring tools and squares, but they have Narex chisels. They have like some brass mallets. They got a whole bunch of factory blemish things there that are super, super cheap. I mean, I think you can pick up a square for like $10 maybe. So go check it out. That's Taylor Toolworks LLC on eBay. You can also Google it, find his website as well. So, but again, go check out Drew's sled if you haven't done so. That's the sled that you want to build.
I was going to say thanks for the shout out there, Jeremy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna build one hopefully in the next month or two. But I'm going to do a combination between yours and Nick Ferry's. I like that. I like that yours does not have a front vertical fence. Yours is horizontal for stabilization. So, because be real, you're using a table saw sled most of the time for like a crosscut that's bigger than what you can do on the infeed side of your table. So if I'm limiting myself to so many inches across that sled, then I'm pretty much limiting myself onto that crosscut again, right? So if you don't have it, then you're giving yourself a little bit more room on how wide you can crosscut. So
we built these like 2x4 things that stick out towards the side that you would want your longer piece. Mm-hmm. And I hit my head on them today. I was like, but I love them.
You only do that once.
I know, and then now I'm remember to step way back before I stand up. But yeah, they're awesome, and it's funny because I need to use our crosscut sled more. I use this metal thing that's like a crosscut sled. So
a miter gauge.
Yeah, thanks. I knew the thing. I was like, I know what the name is. Why can't I think of it? I often have mind farts or blonde moments, one or the other. So you guys have to bear with me.
I still like the
credit card thing.
This.
You do this with it.
I will say though that if you don't have a crosscut sled, you can take 2 miter jigs or and put a connector board between the two. Use both of your good. And I'm starting to get Sam's disease now.
Miter gauge?
No, not the miter gauge. The miter slot.
Contagious.
There we go.
Contagious.
Use both miter slots with 2 miter gauges with a board between, and it'll act like a crosscut sled for you too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a couple more voicemails in the form of kickbacks. Here's the first one.
Wow, that beep is really loud. That beep is really loud, y'all. You need to tone that down a little bit. This is Sandra, by the way. Thanks for having me on the show.
She doesn't like our beep.
Yeah. So,
yeah, she was not very happy.
Yeah. Sandra, I'm sorry, we can't turn the beep down. Google the word Google, get their contact number, and tell them their Google Voice beep is too loud. That's the only solution I can offer you. I'm sorry, Sandra.
Send a mad letter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and here's our last one. This is from Chris.
Hey guys, show's awesome. This is Chris. I am on Instagram, the GOAT4486, and I just want to thank you guys. It's awesome. Keeps me going on my way home from work and to work every morning. So I appreciate it. And thanks for my new addiction, because now I can't stop making cutting boards. Hopefully this helps you get to 10 voicemails. Thanks.
Did he say the GOAT 4486?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking him up right now.
The GOAT 4486. We'll
he made the curve cutting board for our challenge.
Oh yeah.
Ah, the figure.
Yeah,
Yes.
the figure. Yeah.
Yes.
That was so funny. This cutting board is beautiful.
Oh wow.
I love that. And look at this one. One more, and then your cutting boards that you just posted are amazing. That is your new addiction. They're so pretty.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have one more. It looks like, and of course I got the reading one because I'm so amazing
If you
at
pay
it.
attention, Drew's got a reading one after you.
I know.
I just gave you a longer one.
Yes, of course, because everyone can laugh then. You guys inspire me to make my first cutting boards ever. My gateway drug is turning pens, so pen blanks were used for both. Thanks for inspiring me, especially Sam. Girl power, of course. They are tiny and perfect for a single piece of fruit. I've used the brown one a couple of times, and I love it. Thanks a lot for being the feather that knocked me over to do this. I see, Jeremy. I enjoy your podcast, and I'm clearly inspired. Thank you so much, and keep it up, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. You should send us a message on Woodshop 101 to which Instagram you are, because I would love to follow and see what you're working on, and especially because of girl power. And then my favorite, Bear Creek Woodworking. He's great. He's so fun because he always comments on everything and is so friendly. I mean, like the most friendly person out there. So he said your podcast is so addictive. I laugh so hard and learn so much that I just have to keep coming back for more. So thank you so much. Hopefully we can keep you laughing and coming back for more. Another 100 episodes. Another episodes. No,
Episode.
100. I know. There I go. Just like Hard Shop, but another 100 episodes.
I mean, episodes is a word that Disney kind of took over. It's like an it's a iPhone, iPod, like it's a game. Like, let me see if I still have it on here for my kids. I don't know, but it is like an interactive. It's an interactive game. So like, as you watch like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, it'll say, pull this lever, and so it's an episode, and the kids will have to go in there and like figure out what to do. It's pretty cool for like younger kids because it's entertaining, but it's a game.
That's so funny.
So
can you do woodworking on it?
I don't know. Maybe we should like try to make one. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Only Jeremy would have this information.
Yes.
What?
Although I don't let them. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Episodes. Yep, it's there.
Yep, you're right.
Of episodes, and they're interactive.
That's funny.
So if you have young kids,
so
go
he
get
can
that.
entertain his kids. So he's in the shop working. Here you go. Here's my phone. Go on episodes.
Yep, exactly.
Stay out of my way. I got a table to finish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got another one.
Up.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty good at reading. I took Hooked on Phonics. Let's see. So it says, thank you for the awesome words and picking my cutting board. Feels amazing to hear you guys talk about my personal work like that. The burning took about 4 hours to do. Bottom of my heart. Thanks, guys. Brent Barloon. So Brent made that really ornate tree burning cutting board. So that took him 4 hours to do. So I can't imagine sitting in front of that for that long with that little stick of heat.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
I wonder if he did it all at like 4 hours all at one time, or if it a cumulative 4 hours.
I don't know. I couldn't do it all in one sitting.
I don't know if I could do it a cumulative either. I'd just get tired of it.
Well, we know your history here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We got another one. It says, hi, guys. This was my first contest ever. I was so close. Don't worry about pronunciation. For you guys is almost impossible. I also have videos of making boards in that design on my channel. Thanks for hosting the contest. Best of luck, Euros Smurdell. I'm hoping I said that right again.
But then again, he said everybody gets it wrong.
Everybody. Yeah, so we didn't do it right. Anyway. So apparently the cutting board contest was a big hit. I guess everybody was real to that we put that out there.
Maybe we should try to do that, like make the cutting board build off an annual thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that like everybody would know, hey, in August of every year or whatever, they're going to do the cutting board build off.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you guys are interested in that, leave us some kickback about that if you want to have an annual cutting board build off.
Yeah, we'll have to see what we can work up. All right, well, let's get into some product recommendations. Sam, I'll let you go first. What's something that you would like to recommend?
Well, it was in there. I know you picked me first because it's not in there. It's because it's not written in there.
You told me it was on your side.
I know it was. So I am totally putting my product recommendation as a Canon Rebel camera. In the shop, I can't get good pictures with my phone. And then I also
I'm just playing.
Did you see? If anyone could see what I just did, I like stopped immediately and gave him like a really dirty look, but I was just joking. Like I was never like not mad.
No,
I felt my stomach burning. That was bad.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's a millennial, so wasn't she like born with a cell phone in her hand?
No, you guys. What? Seriously, I'm not as young as you all think, and aren't you only like 2 years older than me? 3 years older than me?
How old are you?
20.
She don't know.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, you aren't much further, Jeremy.
Yeah, 3.
So 5 years.
I mean, technically, if you want to look at it, I'm like right inside the cusp of the millennial time frame. But
Yes,
I'm
you
so
are.
far outside that mentality.
You are. Yes, so am I. So am I. Yes, you are. Well, maybe not, but yes, you are.
She's like, yeah, maybe I'm not outside that.
But yes, I'm going to recommend the Canon Rebel camera. It's great because you don't have to spend, like some cameras are super expensive. And this does a really great job. I know it is a little more expensive than just using your phone, but when you make a piece and you want like a really good shot of it, like, I don't know, I think it's really cool to take a really good picture. So I definitely suggest if you have your own business and you're building stuff and dropping it off at client's house, I always like to take pictures before it leaves the shop. One in the shop and then also outside in our backyard. Our backyard's pretty cool because we have woods all in the back. So I'll always put it out there and then some in the client's house. So I am recommending a camera.
Is it a T3i that you have, or
maybe T36?
Oh, okay. So you got my brother's, I think, T6 or something like that.
I don't know. I just got it like a year ago from Best Buy. And they're really nice at Best Buy because then they'll give you a course on how to use it.
So how can you put it in the show notes if you don't even know what camera it is?
I don't know.
That's why it's not in the show notes.
Exactly.
It was in the show notes, and now I can't type. And I just deleted the whole product thing.
Okay. I better read mine real quick.
Control Z, Command Z, hurry. Command Z.
Wait. Command Z.
Yes.
There.
Don't even know if it fixed it yet.
She just sent like the podcast into a panic here. She's deleting all of our show notes.
Sorry, everyone. See, I'm not as good as y'all think I am. And
we're signing off. We're going to talk to you tomorrow. Sorry.
So you said that it's a little bit more expensive than your cell phone, but is it really? I mean, let's think. Cell phones are like $1,000 now. Like the new Samsung Note 8 or whatever it is it's like $900 and something. The iPhone 10's $1,000.
All right, you're right. You're right. I mean, you're right.
But it also makes phone calls.
True. But if you're like me and don't want to be reachable,
and it goes on the internet and it like does all that stuff, but your camera just takes really awesome pictures.
Oh, here we go with that millennial time. I don't have access to the internet. That's why you have a computer, Sam. Save your internet surfing until you get home.
I have a lot of data.
Must be nice.
Because my mom doesn't use it. The business doesn't use it. Only Sam. All right. What's your guys' product recommendation?
Well, I'll go next. My brother turned me on to this. This is an app for a phone. It's called Scanner Pro. It's about $4 to get the app, but it is a good receipt tracker. So it's great for like tax prep and cost tracking. So if you buy things that send you like an email receipt, you can just take a snapshot of it, load it into Scanner Pro. If you get a receipt from a meal that you went to eat out for a business expense, you can just take a picture of the receipt and it scans it into the program as a PDF. So it makes tracking all of those receipts where you don't have to keep paper all the time. So it's a very worthwhile app to have.
Awesome. That's awesome. I just went and downloaded it. I need that so bad. That came at like the perfect time because my accountant was about to call and ask me a couple of questions.
Where's your receipts?
I have So I think I have it. It's the Scanner Pro from it popped up. Yeah. I've had it for a while. Is it really $4?
Yeah. At least whenever I got it, it was.
What did you just pay for it, Sam? $4?
Hold on. I'm getting ready to do it. Hold on. $4.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had it for a while.
$3.99. And now I got it.
But that's nothing. I mean, even the email that iTunes is going to send you, take a snapshot of it and then put it in Scanner Pro, because that's a business expense right there.
Yeah.
Boom, done. $3 right now.
Yeah.
Written off.
I don't use it for receipts because I have my accounting software, Wave Apps, has a app for scanning in your receipts, but I use the Scanner Pro for like everything else. Like I needed to send somebody a copy of my business license, just like on Friday, I think. And I was like, oh, hang on a second. Boom, I scanned it and sent it right to them in a PDF form.
That's pretty cool.
And you can save it, right? So you can have collections, right? You can say, this is all my receipts from Lowe's. This is all my receipts from, Home Depot, and you can scan them into like different albums. You can keep them tracked like that.
So I've got like Apple receipts for 2017, and I've got receipts, like dinner receipts for 2017, stuff like that. So
yeah. I cannot wait to use that. Because you guys should see my purse. I have receipts like all over my purse.
So
yeah, get rid of the paper.
So you guys got to go and check this out. I'm going to show y'all a picture. So this is a drawing, like I don't know what they call them, a caricature or something of my kids, and they did it while they were in Atlanta at the aquarium, and I scanned it with the app and put it on my phone.
Nice.
Like look,
so
I mean
funny.
it looks like they drew it on the phone. Like it.
Yeah.
The app works really well. So.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to recommend the Charles Neal Pre-Color Conditioner. So this is basically like your blotch control, or your wood conditioner. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $20. But it takes a little bit longer. You got to do 2 coats, and your second coat's got to dry for like 6 hours. But it will by far exceed like Minwax. So I used to use like the Minwax. I think
Pre-stain conditioner.
Yeah, like the pre-stain conditioner. And I think that maybe there was another company I used to use. And I tried this, and I've been using this solely for like 5 years now. And yes, it takes a little bit longer. It adds a little bit of time, but it works so much better than like your pre-stain conditioner from Minwax. Like I can't begin to tell you like how much like I believe in this product. And like I said, it's a little bit more expensive, but it comes in a big container of it as well. So it doesn't come in just like a little quart can. I think maybe it's two quarts or something.
Nice.
So
nice.
and I kind of had this in mind because I saw Sam, maybe one of your Instagram stories or something about you were talking about you just got done with pre-stain conditioner.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something that you
I
check
should
out.
look into. Yeah. Because I never really used it on all of our woods because what we were using worked fine. But now I live by that. I always put it on all of my stuff.
Yeah. I only put it on things that are known to blotch.
Yeah,
like
blotch.
pine, cherry, things like that.
Rubbing off.
But
rubbing off.
It is, like I said, I mean, it may add an extra few hours to your step, but yeah, you definitely give it a shot. Order some and check it out because it's, to me, I always saw still a little bit of blotching from the Minwax product, but when I use this, I've noticed like almost no blotching at all. And actually, I think you go to this website, he's got like a 25-minute video on like how to use it and why why Charles Neal created the product, and So it's, except if you guys are into the pre-stain conditioner, if you do, you use that on your wood, definitely give this one a shot. It's worth it.
Yeah, and if you remember, if you take all the time to make a project, the finish can make or break it. And Charles Neal is a master at finishing projects.
Yeah.
So definitely go check him out.
So,
I'm going to look it up right now.
Oh, yeah. Sam done.
So, all right.
It's like Norm Abram.
Let's go. What are you talking about?
That you didn't know who Norm Abram was.
I know who Norm. Do you know my?
Oh, maybe that
used to
was the other Sam.
Make me watch that when they would babysit me when I was little.
So
it was awesome, and then maybe that's why I started doing this. It was actually really fun. Actually, my grandma didn't like it as much, but I did. But we would watch it, and you know what else my grandpa made me watch when I was like 6 years old?
MASH?
Chucky.
That probably scared you off, dolls.
Yeah, I would like hate leaving their house at night because I'd be like, I don't want to go out there. There's Chucky, and then I would always be looking in like the Toys R Us catalog and see like Chucky the baby doll and like get super freaked out. And he always made me watch this movie called The Leprechaun, like the little evil leprechaun. Yeah, and then I would always scared someone was gonna like jump out and grab my feet when I was getting in the car.
now she's gonna have to go like check in the closet and stuff tonight.
Yeah, she's gonna look under her bed.
There's no one there. So, a little tidbit about Grandpa.
He's mean.
He's not. He's actually
it sounds
really
like
hilarious.
it sounds like Grandpa gave you a good raising.
Yes, he did. That's for sure.
He made sure you're a well-rounded person.
I know. Today I asked him, am I your favorite grandchild? And he was like, yeah. The only times you weren't my favorite grandchild is when we were babysitting you and you wouldn't stop crying about your mom. It would be like 4 hours of crying. I want my mom. He was like, but other than that, yeah, you're my favored. I was like, yes.
I mean, I can see that. I can see you crying for your mom for like 4 hours. I can see you doing it now.
And my mom was like, you don't cry for me now. I was like, are you serious? And she was like, okay, yeah. As you can see in one of my videos today, I was like, seriously, why is the weather like so horrible here in Northern Virginia? It needs to just make up its mind. Is it going to get cold or is it going to get warm? And my mom was like, why do you ask? I'm laughing even thinking about it. Why do you ask us questions we can't answer, Samantha? It wasn't a serious question, Mom.
She's dying over here. She can't even breathe now.
Okay. End the show.
Maybe your mom needs to call in and leave us a voicemail with some feedback about you.
Oh gosh, I'm sure she would love to. And she just started a new Instagram, so you guys will get to see a different aspect of the shop. That'll be fun.
Is it the same one that she's had? The same username?
Yes.
Okay.
Use.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just send her a message and ask her to send me the stuff I've been asking you for 4 or 5 years.
Actually, you probably should. She takes care of all of that.
Okay. I'll do that.
Make sure you follow her, though.
I've already followed her. That's why I knew. That's why I already knew what you were talking about.
Perfect.
What is her thing?
SOUZZ, right?
Yes. I think so.
SOUZZ?
Yeah. At SOUZZ. You find it?
Nope.
Right.
I'll send. Go look at my stories, and she's linked in there.
Okay.
Well, we're waiting on you to close out the show, Sam. So.
Yeah, Sam.
Oh, me? I have the closer? Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone.
Well,
I would like
not all of it, but some of it.
I would like to remind you guys, if you listen to the show on iTunes, to please give us a 5-star rating. It helps us reach greater audiences. So if you could do that for us, that would be great. Thanks, guys.
And I wanted to tell everybody that you guys did awesome with the voicemails and feedback. Thank you very much. And feel free to leave us some more, especially if you have any insight on the cutting board build-off for next year. If you guys want to see that happen, send us some kickback on it. So before we sign off here, let's do a little bit of contact information. I guess I'll go ahead and do it for everybody since I know Sam's computer's it's about to die.
About to die. Yeah.
She's like texting us going, it's down to 20%.
I know.
So if you want to reach us individually, you can contact us through our own websites, which is samryandesigns.com, countrysideworkshop.com, and rhwoodshop.com. You'll find contact sections there with information that you can fill out, and also check back on the podcast itself. That way, some of the questions that you guys send us individually we'll bring to the show, and you'll get better insight from all three of us at the same time. Also, you can email the podcast through kickback@woodshop101podcast.com, and the voicemail that you guys heard earlier, which is 409-234-3959. And also, don't forget the voice memo app through your phone. You can also send voicemails through email. And as you heard earlier, they are a much better voice quality or sound quality. So those are appreciated. All are appreciated.
I really am rubbing off on you.
Yeah. This is a Sam episode. She's like hexing us.
This is the best episode.
So that about wraps it up. This was great answering your questions. We want to hear more from you guys to make the shows much more enjoyable for not only us, but for you as well. So from Jeremy, Sam, and myself, we want to wish you guys well. Please be safe in your shops. We will talk to you on the next podcast episode. So 1, 2, 3, boom!